Hello, Algebra 1 students. We're back in the Unit 1 booklet. We're doing now Tier 2, Lesson 1a, subtracting and get a negative. So let's check off our booklet. Here we are in Unit 1, Tier 2, Lesson 1a, subtracting, getting negatives. So let's start with our single digit issues here. So this is our expression, 6 minus 9. So the way I like to think of this is I like to think of it as two independent terms. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So there's two terms here, a 9 and a 6. Well, it is implied that the 6, because there's no negative in front of it, that's a positive 6. And then it's implied because the 9 has only one subtraction sign in front of it, that it's a negative 9. If you recall from Tier 1, we can draw a picture to represent this. So here I have 6 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here I have 9 negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if I look and I combine these, this positive takes care of that negative, and I'll do it quickly, I won't say it 10 times. And we just match positives to negatives, and we see what's left over. And what we see is that we have 3 negatives remaining. So 6 minus 9 gives us 3 negatives, so negative 3. And that's that solution. Another way that I like to think about it, especially dealing with bigger numbers, like I explained to you guys in Tier 1, is I like to think of them as two teams. So again, I separate, let me zoom in, I separate the two terms. So there's my two terms. I have a positive 14 because that positive is implied, and I have a negative 18. So instead of drawing this all out, I'm just going to decide which one is a greater than number. In this case, 18 is greater than 14. So if I have 18 negative team players and 14 positive team players, that means my solution is definitely going to be negative because I have more negative players than positive players. So now I just have to find the difference between the two numbers. And the difference between the two numbers is 4, because a difference is subtraction. So 18 minus 14 is 4. So my solution to number 2 is negative 4. Using that same kind of idea over here in our third example, again, I like to think of these as two separate terms. And with my first term, 36, the positive is implied. So I have positive 36 team, negative 52 team. Well, I know that my negative 52 team is greater than my positive 36 team, so my solution is definitely going to be negative. And then now I just have to find the difference. Well, anytime you want to find a difference, you just put the higher number on top, which is the 52, subtract the 36 from it. We have to borrow, if you recall from Tier 1, when we're in our column. So 12 minus 6 is equal to 6, and then 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. So that's our difference between these two numbers. That's not our solution. Our solution is negative 16. So there's a couple different ways that I showed you to think about it. Good luck on your practice set.